So your finger's gonna look like this. So this is how you tape your fingers in Judo. There's lots of gripping. The gis are much thicker than Jiu-Jitsu, so you pretty much tape your fingers to tape your fingernails on so they don't get ripped off, because you're going to be grabbing as hard as you can, and people are going to be ripping your grips out as hard as they can, and it will tear off your fingernails. So this is my way. I keep my fingernails attached. So you kind of eyeball it, so you'll get used to it after a while. I haven't done it in a few years, so I'll make about 4 strips around this size. So it's about an index finger and a half. One. Which, you know, you're just eyeballing it. These are probably too long, and I'll have to shorten them. But it's always easier to shorten something long than to make something short longer. All right, so right here. You grab the tape at the edge. So I'm not ripping it from down here. I come up to the edge, put my thumb here, and then I grab at the edge here, and it rips right off. Pretty easy. Looks about good. Okay. So these are the strips that go on top of the fingers. Another strip to go around. So it should be a little longer. Okay. So now, once you got your 4 and 4, I tape only my middle fingers like this, like, cause everyone does it differently, but I kind of like the Spider-Man grip here, so I only really tape my middle 2 fingers. But you see what works for you. Everybody has something different. So I go slightly, like, kind of like in the middle of the knuckle here, not over it, not under it, all right, in the middle. And then I come over the nail. I do it as lightly as I can. Now see how this is a little bit farther? I'm going to cut this a little short. So same thing, grab at the edge, rip. Here. It could wrinkle up on you, that's fine. So I'm gonna have it here. Now I'm gonna bend it first to make sure it's okay. Now I'm gonna put it in at the sides and fold it in here. So now I take my longer strip, and I'm gonna go over these sides and kind of hold them into place here. Me at the middle, and then I'm gonna come over. Now every single time I loop over, I'm going to bend my nail, because I don't want the friction of the tape to be pulling my nail back. I want it to be holding it down. I don't want it to restrict my movement. So every single time I go over a joint, I bend the joint. Then I go over it again, bend it. Then I go over it again, bend it. And when you get to about here, oh, I did a pretty good measurement on the size, actually. I didn't have to make it shorter. And here is about what it is. That's 1 finger. I'm gonna do the same thing to the ring finger next to it. Now you have to do this before you start working out, because if you're sweating, when you put this on, the glue's not gonna stick to you. So now these 2 are cool. Now I'm gonna tape them together. Because a lot of times people rip your fingers up or down, and they can go one way or another and hurt these joints. So I like to tape the fingers to each other to reinforce my grip. That one, I think my longest strip, let's say about here. So it's probably like twice, maybe 1 1/2 what goes around the finger. So I'm gonna start on the middle finger on the inside here. Then I bring my fingers together. I bring it over both. Same thing, every time I go over a joint, I bend. Then over again, bend. Over again, bend. Over again, bend. Oh, it's been a couple years, but I still can eyeball the length pretty well. Ta-da!
Ronda Rousey